Alright, so I ended up getting this on a pretty good deal on eBay. I was looking for a PlayStation 1 arcade stick, and I was looking at stuff like the Namco stick, the Tekken 3 stick, and I wanted something that had more buttons than what those sticks offered, so that way I could play them on more games and stuff. But this stick here I came across, and put it in my wish list. The guy then offered me a pretty sweet deal on it. So then I had to buy it, and so I got it. Started doing some research on it, and then I couldn't find any YouTube video on this particular stick. They call it the spital programmable joystick. I think it's spital. I don't know. But yeah, so I looked it up on YouTube. There's no videos on it. Then I looked it up on Google, and I could only find Google images of gray ones. And in the pictures, this looked like it was like a gold color. But now that I have it in person, I can tell that well, once I took it apart, I could see that the insides were gray and this outside had yellowed. So it had just yellowed with age. But still, I don't see these sticks too common. So I did pick it up for a good deal. And then I found out that, yes, this is a true Sanwa stick, which was one of the reasons I wanted to buy this arcade stick, was because just from looking at it, that dust washer, I'm like, man, that looks like a Sanwa lever. So once I got it, I immediately took it apart. And sure enough, it says Sanwa on the square gate. And yeah, so these definitely come with Sanwa sticks. So I immediately upgraded it to a 6-pound spring, which is identical to what I put in my arcade machine, which is my favorite layout. And then, what else? I had a 1mm oversized actuator laying around because I switched the arcade machine to a 2mm oversized stainless steel actuators. And then I put bat tops on there and American hat buttons, which I like the Sanwa stick hat buttons and the mixture of the two, and then you put bat tops on it, and then it makes it look like an American layout. So yeah, from a distance you would swear that it's an American setup, but it's got all the nice articulation of a Sanwa lever. So yeah, that's pretty much my preferred layout. So I had to make a fight stick that's identical to my arcade machine, and I have that in the living room. I play that out there. But so anyways, back to this thing. The buttons that were in this thing were terrible. These buttons here, but they had the 30mm size, and they were terrible. And then the button layout was bad because it had the L1, L2, square, triangle, X, circle, R1, R2. So I had to desolder the PCB board, which was soldered directly to the buttons. I had to desolder those, pull that out, wired in wires with quick disconnects on the end, change the button layout, put in these buttons I had laying around, which I do want to put in real Sanwas. These are knockoff Sanwas that came out of the 8-bit dough arcade sticks. So I had these laying around, so I threw them in here for now, and then I repainted the top panel real quick with the new layout. And yeah, so I scratched off the old layout, painted on this new layout, and then wired it for the new layout. So yeah, now it actually plays pretty good, and I have a good PS1 arcade stick that I'm happy with. But I think I'm going to change out to yellow buttons with black rims, Sanwas, and put those in there. And then maybe a yellow ball top, kind of go with the yellowed body. But yeah, I mean, if anybody has any more information on this particular arcade stick, I'd love to hear it, because a lot of these PS1 arcade sticks, I've seen quite a few of them, like your Namco's, Tekken 3s, and the ASCII sticks and stuff like that. I used to have a 2-player Blaze stick when I was younger, and I used to love that thing. Those are getting pretty expensive nowadays, but yeah, I came across this thing and he wasn't asking too much, put it in my wish list, and then a couple days later he sent me an offer that was even better, and I'm like, okay, now I have to get this thing. And it looks like it has a sound one, then I affirmed it once I opened it and got it. But yeah, this thing's turned out pretty good. So all right, yeah, if anybody has any more information about this stick or anything, please put it in the comments, or make a response video or something, because I feel like that YouTube channel, Scanline City, I love watching that show, and he has covered some PS1 arcade sticks before in the past, but sadly nobody's covered this particular arcade stick, and so I got it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how the programming part of it works. I guess you could program inputs or something, which that would be kind of cheap to do against somebody. You can go into program mode, hold enter, and then I guess they go to command 1 and command 2. I don't know, I can't figure it out. And then once I desoldered the board from the back, it doesn't reach these buttons anymore, so now these are sunk in and you can't even push them in. Which I'd never use a cheesy tactic like that anyways, like programming commands all into one button. So I'm not into that stuff. So the fact that these don't work anymore now that I desoldered the PCB, I'm not worried about that, which I wouldn't use anyways. I'm not even the type of person to put double buttons on a single, you know, back button. So command buttons don't mean anything to me. I think that's what it's all about, is it's programmable. You can program inputs. But yeah, if anybody knows any more information, please post or put it in the comments. Or I'd like to see a good in-depth review of this thing with somebody who knows what this thing actually is. But all right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll try to post a few more videos on maybe my new arcade machine layout, since I changed that quite a bit. I'm basically running Fightcade on that anymore these days. It does run Nintendo Switch and PS3, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. But yeah, real quick as a bonus, I got me some cool amiibos with Kazuya and Terry there. And yeah, I think that's about it. Alright, later guys.